Ladies and gentlemen, the ceremony will begin in 5 minutes. Before the ceremony begins, we ask that you silence all electronic devices and please refrain from smoking during the ceremony. distinguished guests, friends, and family members of Delta Company, 2nd Battalion, 19th Infantry Regiment, on behalf of Major General Colin Tooley and Command Sergeant Major Brian Haight of the United States Maneuver Center of Excellence, and Brigadier General Philip Kinnery and Command Sergeant Major Christopher Donaldson of the United States Army Infantry School, we welcome you to today's graduation ceremony. Thank you for taking the time to share this great day with us. Before we start today's ceremony, would the veterans in the audience please stand? Ladies and gentlemen, please join us in a round of applause for these veterans who have kept our country free in times of peace and conflict. Thank you. One of those leaders was 2nd Lieutenant Daniel K. Inoue, later Senator Inoue from Hawaii. On 12 September 2014, soil was spread on this parade field from San Lorenzo, Italy, and the parade field was officially named Inoue Field in his honor. In 1997, he was awarded the Medal of Honor for his heroic actions on 21 April 1945 at San Lorenzo. As a platoon leader in the 442nd Regimental Combat Team, and despite being critically wounded, 2nd Lieutenant Inoue, by his gallant, aggressive tactics and his indomitable leadership, led his platoon to advance through the fierce resistance and capture the heavily defended and fortified ridge known as Col Mostello outside the town of San Lorenzo, Italy. The purpose of today's ceremony is to recognize the commitment of the soldiers in formation today who have chosen to serve their country as infantry soldiers. This review is the last official formation of the training cycle. Not everyone successfully completes this difficult period of training, but those in formation today represent disciplined, motivated, and physically fit soldiers who exemplify the Army's 7 core values: loyalty, duty, respect, selfless service, honor, integrity, and personal courage. These soldiers are imbued with the warrior ethos and display the tenets of putting the mission first, never accepting defeat, and never quitting, and never leaving a fallen comrade. This is an important day, and they can take great pride in their accomplishments. This ceremony marks the culmination of months of long and arduous training, the results of which are these superb infantry soldiers prepared to take their places in infantry units around the world. Like you, we are proud of their accomplishments. Ladies and gentlemen, during the next few moments, there will be loud noises and smoke from the use of pyrotechnics. On the far side of the parade field, the World War II Company Street serves as a constant reminder of the time-honored traditions and values of America's greatest generation, those infantry soldiers who walked before us. In just a few moments, out from the past will emerge our country's next greatest generation, today's infantry warrior. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Infantry Rifle Squad, the foundation of the Army's decisive force and the embodiment of the warrior ethos. Infantry soldiers have the most challenging job of any member of the armed forces. They carry the fight to the enemy around the world. They are the standard bearer for all the armed forces in the world, leading by example in the fight to defend freedom against ruthless terror. With the increased firepower and lethality of today's weapons, every infantry soldier must be trained to stand in over 200 tasks to defeat our enemies on any battlefield. The infantry soldiers graduating today are accomplished marksmen, able to engage the enemy day and night. They understand how to shoot, move, and communicate as a team. They are adaptable warriors who can fight as a mechanized force, from Strykers or Bradleys, from the sky as airborne or air assault, and whose training is the basis for our elite special operations warriors. Most importantly, they are patriots who raise their right hand and swore an oath to God and country to defend the Constitution of the United States against any enemy. Ladies and gentlemen, the Infantry Rifle Squad. Flying ahead of the infantry squad is the RQ-28 Alpha, cutting-edge, small, unmanned aerial system that gives our soldiers an eye in the sky. With the RQ-28A, infantry squads can detect threats before engaging the enemy, turning the tide of the battle with real-time intel and precision reconnaissance. The squad is led by a staff sergeant. They are armed with an M7 rifle. The M7 rifle is the latest evolution of service rifle, utilizing improvised ambidextrous controls, and the 6.8 by 51 Fury cartridge that is designed to defeat the latest in adversary body armor. The squad has 2 fire teams. Each fire team is led by a sergeant. They are also armed with an M7 rifle. This rifle is fully modular, with an integrated receiver rail system that can mount the M157 fire control optic, infrared laser designator used to engage targets at night. Each fire team has 1 automatic rifleman. They are armed with an M250 squad automatic weapon. This system replaces legacy systems, providing improved firepower with a sustained rate of fire of 600 rounds per minute and weighing 6 pounds lighter than the previous weapon system, the M249 squad automatic weapon. Each fire team has 1 grenadier. They are armed with an M7 rifle and an M320 grenade launcher. It fires a variety of 40mm grenades to include high explosive, illumination, colored smoke, and buckshot. The M320 provides an invaluable indirect fire capability to the infantry squad. The remaining soldier in each fire team is the rifleman. They are armed with an M7 rifle and the M136 AT-4 anti-tank launcher. The AT-4 fires an 84mm shaped charge capable of defeating up to 14 inches of rolled homogeneous steel and breaching bunkers or masonry walls in urban structures. Additionally, each one of these soldiers is wearing the integrated head protection system with the AN PVS-14 monocular night vision device. This night vision device allows a soldier to see in low or no light conditions. Coupled with the laser designator on their weapon, they can place effective fire on all targets at night. On their torso, they are wearing the 2nd generation modular scalable vest, MSV, which consists of 4 armored plates capable of stopping small arms fire and fragmentation. Additionally, they are wearing ballistic eye protection, knee and elbow pads, and a water hydration system. Ladies and gentlemen, all members of today's rifle squad are from Delta Company, 2nd Battalion, 19th Infantry Regiment. This is the modern-day warrior, armed and equipped to fight and win anywhere, anytime, in any type of terrain, against any enemy. These infantry soldiers are trained and ready to defend our country and preserve our way of life. Ladies and gentlemen, please join us in a round of applause for the United States Army Infantry Rifle Squad. Ladies and gentlemen, now marching onto the parade field are the infantry soldiers from Delta Company, 2nd Battalion, 19th Infantry Regiment. The company commander is Captain Kativan Anthony, and the company first sergeant is First Sergeant Christopher Keene. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the invocation and remain standing for the arrival of the official party. Chaplain Jared Frengen, 2nd Battalion, 19th Infantry Regiment Chaplain, will offer the invocation.
Good morning. Let us pray. Heavenly Father, maker of the heavens and the earth, I come before you with a heart of gratitude on this very special day that commemorates 18 weeks of hard work and dedication. I ask that you watch over these soldiers as we send them out from Fort Benning. And I ask that you be with these infantry soldiers and that you would give each and every one of them wise and discerning hearts and minds, that they may know good from evil, and let them always choose what is good. Lord, let them be beacons of light in a dark world. Lord, I ask that you bless these infantrymen, bless the United States Army, and that you would bless the United States of America. It is in your holy name that I pray. Amen.
The official party for today's ceremony consists of the 2nd Battalion, 19th Infantry Regiment Commander, Lieutenant Colonel Ryan Feeney, and the Battalion Command Sergeant Major Daniel Rabideau.
Company, platoon, attention, reset, arm. Sir, the company is formed. Conduct today's ceremony.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated.
Order, arm. First to the honored colors, center, march. Sir, the first to be honored colors are present. Take your post, present the command. Reset, arm. Detachment, reset, arms.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the playing of the national anthem. Gentlemen, if you are not in uniform, please remove your headgear. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated.
Detachment, order, arms. Order, arms. Ready, press.
The infantry soldiers graduating today come from many parts of the United States. The flags of the 50 states and 6 territories displayed at the museum symbolize the broad base of our national defense. The companies standing before you have conducted a turning blue ceremony on Honor Hill because blue is the color of the infantry. This ceremony culminated with each graduating soldier receiving the coveted symbols of an infantry soldier: the cross rifle insignia with blue background discs and the blue infantry cord. Turning blue signifies the rite of passage of these soldiers to carry on the finest traditions of the infantry. The infantry cross rifles, blue discs, and blue cord mark these soldiers as qualified to be the finest soldiers in the world, United States Army infantry soldiers. The soldiers most responsible for training these infantry soldiers are the drill sergeants, who are carefully selected by the Department of the Army. The drill sergeant campaign hat and badge have been a historic symbol of professionalism and pride since 1962. At this time, the drill sergeant of the cycle for Delta Company, 2nd Battalion, 19th Infantry Regiment is Drill Sergeant Consiglo. He will recite the Drill Sergeant Creed.
The Drill Sergeant Creed! I'm a drill sergeant. I will assist each individual in their efforts to become a highly motivated, well-disciplined, physically and mentally fit soldier capable of defeating any enemy on today's modern battlefield. I will instill pride in all I train, pride in self, in the Army, and in country. I will insist that each soldier meets and maintains the Army standards of military bearing and courtesy consistent with the highest traditions of the U.S. Army. I will lead by example, never requiring a soldier to attempt any task I would not do myself. But first, last, and always, I'm an American soldier, sworn to defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, both foreign and domestic. I'm a drill sergeant. This will defend!
At this time, the official party will present the awards. The drill sergeant of the cycle will receive an Army Commendation Medal, and the soldier of the cycle will receive the Army Achievement Medal. Receiving the Drill Sergeant of the Cycle Award from Delta Company, 2nd Battalion, 19th Infantry Regiment is Drill Sergeant Consiglo from Lieutenant Colonel Feeney. Drill Sergeant Consiglo's girlfriend, Kristen, is being presented a bouquet of flowers in recognition of the constant support given to Drill Sergeant Consiglo. The soldier of the cycle for Delta Company, 2nd Battalion, 19th Infantry Regiment is Sergeant Davenport from Crossfield, Tennessee. Sergeant Davenport's follow-on assignment is Special Forces Assessment and Selection. Ladies and gentlemen, please join us in giving these fine soldiers a round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, the commander of 2nd Battalion, 19th Infantry Regiment, Lieutenant Colonel Ryan Feeney.
All right. Good morning. Good morning. On behalf of Major General Tooley, Command Sergeant Major Haight, the Maneuver Center of Excellence Command Team, Brigadier General Kiersey and Command Sergeant Major Donaldson, U.S. Army Infantry Command Team, and Colonel Fitzgerald, Command Sergeant Major Enriquez, the 198th Infantry Command Team, welcome to the National Infantry Museum at Fort Benning. Today we witness a profound transformation, turning American volunteers into the disciplined, lethal, and unwavering force that is America's Queen of Battle, the U.S. Army Infantry. I'd like to extend a warm and a little less steamy this morning Georgia welcome to all of our veterans, blue cord plank holders, and the proud families and friends of today's graduates of War Dog Company. For 251 years, through every generation, the infantry has honored a sacred covenant to close with the enemy, to hold the ground, and to be the final negotiator of America's wars. From the snow-covered forests of Bastogne to the rugged valleys of Afghanistan, whenever America's interest demanded boots on the ground and eyes on the enemy, the infantry answered. The warriors before you today have inherited this unbroken chain of sacrifice. Today's society, their choice carries a profound and rare weight. Across our great nation, less than 1% of American citizens step forward to wear the military uniform. And due to strict physical, educational, and moral standards, only about 23% of young Americans between the ages of 17 and 24 are even eligible to serve. Let me restate here. The active service, National Guard, the Reserve, we have about 954,000 service members. Total U.S. population is approximately 342 million. That means that 28% of Americans, 0.28% I should say, or 1 out of every 359 Americans serves our Army. This is one of the 359, and many of you as well. By answering this call, these soldiers, your sons, grandsons, and brothers, have chosen a path of selfless service, putting the defense of our nation above self-interest and proving that true patriotism is defined by action. The journey of these war dogs is unique. As mentioned yesterday, they represent a remarkably dedicated breed of soldier. Our STO 2 or split training option. Last summer, while their peers enjoyed their final break before senior year, these men and women took their first oath and conquered basic combat training. Then they returned home, balanced the demands of finishing high school, graduated, and immediately returned to Fort Benning. Rather than taking a summer break, they chose to face the grueling crucible of infantry advanced individual training. Through scorching Georgia heat, lightning storms, driving rain, these soldiers discovered what they're made of. They found their grit. Grit isn't about how you feel, but it's about what you do. It's the refusal to be broken and the foundation of the mental toughness needed to close with and destroy the enemy. To be an infantryman is to accept a unique and sacred responsibility. You are the ground truth. When diplomacy fails and technology reaches its limits, the infantry goes forward. You will carry the moral weight of close combat, the most intimate and unforgiving form of warfare. This is a calling to embrace with humility and pride. You lead from the front, advance into danger, and provide the ground truth. That is the infantry way. First in, last out, always forward. Standing before you are the newest members of the world's best infantry. Please join me in a round of applause. Now, ladies and gentlemen, look closely at the formations before you. While they inherit the proud legacy, their time here has been about preparing for what comes next. The future leaders that will guide our Army through crisis we cannot yet imagine are standing in these ranks today. Their mission begins now, to be ready, to be lethal, and to forge the future of our nation's infantry. And that future begins with the men and women who forge them, the drill sergeants. Drill sergeants in formation today embody the finest traditions of the non-commissioned officer corps. They sacrifice time with their own families to transform raw potential into lethal precision. They didn't just teach the soldiers how to fight, they taught them how to win. Please join me in a thunderous applause for the unsung heroes, the drill sergeants. In closing, Infantrymen of War Dog Company, your initial training ends today, but your true mission begins now. Go forward with confidence, stand tall in your convictions, and look after one another. You are the infantry, the vanguard of freedom. To the families and friends of War Dog Company, thank you for standing by these soldiers through 2 summers of absolute grit. Your support is the foundation of their success. May God bless our graduates, protect our troops in harm's way, and bless the United States of America. Standards and discipline, brave and bold, follow me.
Attachment! Post! March!
Ladies and gentlemen, the Soldier's Creed is a standard for all soldiers to live by. The Soldier's Creed helps soldiers understand that despite their very diverse backgrounds, all soldiers are warriors and members of a team. We invite all soldiers, both past and present, to stand and join us as the Soldier of the Cycle from Delta Company, 2nd Battalion, 9th Infantry Regiment, Sergeant Davenport, leads the Army's newest soldiers in the Soldier's Creed.
The Soldier's Creed!
I'm an American soldier. I'm warrior number team. I serve in the United States of the United States. All of this is first. I'll never accept defeat. I'll never quit. I'll never leave a false combat. I'm disciplined. This is the job. Trained physical warrior and skills. I'll always take my heart, my commitment, and myself. I'm an expert and I'm professional. I say raise the Lord, engage and destroy the enemy's United States of America. In close combat. I'm guarding freedom. The American methodology. I'm an American soldier.
Sir, the infantrymen of Delta Company, 2nd Battalion, 19th Infantry Regiment are fully trained and prepared to take their places in infantry units around the world.
Conduct, pass, review.
Pass and review!
Loaded!
Right! Right! Hey! Forward! Forward! March!
Ladies and gentlemen, as the soldiers pass to your front, we invite you to take pictures, but please remain in your seats. When the American flag passes to your front, we ask that you rise and that the gentlemen please remove your headgear. Once the American flag has passed your location, you may be seated. Additionally, we ask that you please remain in the stands until the company has completely left the field at the conclusion of the Army song. Delta Company, 2nd Battalion, 9th Infantry Regiment is commanded by Captain Kativan Anthony from Hopkinsville, Kentucky. The Senior Drill Sergeant for 1st Platoon is Sergeant First Class Stephen Vanderbilt from Pomraya, New York. The Color Guard Sergeant is Staff Sergeant William Wilson from Mobile, Alabama. The Senior Drill Sergeant for 3rd Platoon is Sergeant First Class Leo O'Brien from New York City, New York. The First Sergeant for Delta Company, 2nd Battalion, 9th Infantry Regiment is First Sergeant Christopher Keene from Boston, Massachusetts. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the playing of the Army song. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the 198th Infantry Brigade Commander, Colonel Brendan Fitzgerald, and the Brigade Command Sergeant Major, Sergeant Major Frank Enriquez, we thank you for attending today's graduation ceremony and joining us in continuing our proud legacy forever forward. You may now join your soldier in the formation area in front of the museum. As you exit the parade field, please stay off the grass. Have a safe journey home. Follow me.